Welcome to or welcome back to, I said that weird.
I don't know what you just said.
Welcome back or welcome to Glowing Hour.
Period.
We're your hosts, Sam and Mel.
Hey. And we have a special guest.
I'm Linny.
If you didn't watch our main segment episode, go ahead and watch that. We talked about the psychology of fear with Linny. She is a therapist, so we went into that in depth. It was a very good episode, so go and check that out. But in this one, we're going to get a little light and fun and cute and talk about being 30 and turning 30. Mm-hmm. Linny is a 30-year-old woman now.
Oof, when you say it like that, it's so dark.
You know, when I said I was like, whoa, Mel, that was a lot.
Like, whoa, I have a 30-year-old friend.
30-year-old
That's
woman.
crazy.
My 30-year-old friend.
Yikes.
My 30-year-old friend.
Just another year.
Anyways,
Like-
before we get into it.
Yeah, we're having, I'm like taking a sip already. We're having a little mocktail because we had a bit of a night last night.
Refreshing.
So this is like a pink lemonade sparkler.
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 Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if you're lucky, if you're watching the actual video, you can see the very fun cups. These were actually from Linny's 30th birthday party. So
True
It
story.
seemed fitting.
it seemed good. I'll have a sip.
It's good. I
good.
know for sure it's good.
Hydrating.
Yeah. Feeling so. Speaking of drinking last night, you
Don't put me on blast like that.
I'm putting you on blast. You literally had a couple June shines, which is normal.
Two.
Very yeah, literally 2. And today you're not really feeling the best.
Well, first off, I had a headache after 2.
Crazy.
And now I'm like slowed today.
Is it just like your body getting used to like the specific alcohol you're drinking? Like we drink it so much, so consistently, our body is like, stop it. I don't know.
Maybe.
Because like that was me with strawberries. You could have them till you couldn't. You know?
You were obsessed with
I was
those.
obsessed with strawberries. Disgusting little sugar pods.
But honestly, June shines I'm like new to. And
Fairly
I thought
new,
they
yeah.
were safe. I think they are safe still.
I think it's just hard alcohol.
That does it too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Tequila.
Tequila. My girl. We need a break.
You guys might need to have Splitsville.
I think I'm going to have a cleanse.
I want to do a
Okay.
cleanse too.
How long?
30 days?
Okay, so Halloween, you're
We can
celebrating.
do that.
Yeah, Halloween
Yeah.
will be my...
You could do October 1st to October 30th. Oh, but then Halloween's like on like the...
Well, I could start now.
We could start now. We're only, 15?
That's what I'm saying. I gotta
Okay.
start now.
Okay, start now then.
So that mid-October.
That's when we're
Right.
drinking our mocktail.
Yeah, we're having a mocktail
Having a
today.
mocktail
Day
today.
1, baby. Yeah, well, you kind of technically had drinks in 1 a.m.,
You know
but
what?
it doesn't count. So you're 30.
I'm 30.
Wow.
Crazy.
Give us your thoughts.
My thoughts on being 30.
Yeah.
What do you want to know?
Or like even like anticipating, like when you were 29 and you're like, I'm having a 30th birthday party.
I think it only hit me when I actually turned 30. I don't think there was a ton of anticipation for me before.
Even in like
cool.
your 20s, were you like, oh my God, like 30?
I think about that like with 40. I think 30 less so.
Okay.
But now that I'm 30, it's kind of just like, wow, I'm 30. This is real. This is
Yeah.
30.
Do you still feel like you're 18?
Not 18.
Okay.
I have my moments where I feel younger.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
But I think I've treated every birthday sort of just like another year, another number.
And this one included.
This one feels different.
Okay. Interesting.
When you say, that really scared me. When you say,
Oh,
like,
no.
you thought, like, you don't have that thought of, about, like, being 30, or you didn't in your 20s, but now you're having that about 40. Like, that concept to me really scared me right now.
Why?
Just, like, time's going so fast.
It
Oh.
is.
I can't, like, we're 3 years from 30.
Yeah.
Okay, young.
Okay, no need to brag.
Bad, but I'm 27. But,
Do you feel like you're friends with babies?
yeah, do you feel that way?
No.
Okay,
Okay.
good.
Do you feel like we're
You're
in the same
mature.
caliber? Mature. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Funny.
Yeah, we're like 30 inside.
Okay, 30-year-old.
Okay, giving 30, flirty, and thriving.
Yeah, what was I just saying?
It made you scared.
You're
that
scared
we're
of being
that close.
40.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, like, I do have that thought about 30. Like, oh my God, we're almost there.
Yeah.
But then as soon as you hit 30, that's crazy. The next thought is 40.
Yeah. It
or
never
31.
ends. Oh.
Or you could do that. Or you could do that.
Why did this birthday feel different to you? Was it just like, oh, society's view of me, or my own like pressures from like where I'm supposed to be or where I want to be? Or like
I think it just feels like a new era.
You're entering a new,
you know? And I think it has to do with the number itself for sure. But I do feel like there's so many aspects to it. Like I feel more secure in many ways, but I also still feel like I'm growing in so many ways too.
Yeah.
Like I know myself better. I feel like I can make better decisions than my 20s. You know, like your 20s, you fuck up all the time.
Yeah.
Can I say that for it on the podcast?
Yeah, you can.
All right.
Period.
All right.
Say, girl.
You know?
Interesting.
Like you can make mistakes. You can get away with more.
Yeah. So do you feel like the responsibility in like a good way of like, yes, you're still going to make mistakes. Of course, you're human. But like you're like settled in who you are. So it's like, oh, like whatever. Like if I made a mistake, I understand who I am at my core. So
I think mostly.
Yeah. See, that's what I think we're looking forward to at 30.
We did talk about that in our episode of being 27, or like what we find important at this age. And I feel like
just like we're
27.
finding what is important to us now. So that
Yeah.
when we turn 30, which like I think we're pretty secure in who we are for the most part.
I think 3 years will do a lot though as well. It's very interesting that you said like that now, like when you maybe because you said like when you're 20 in your 20s you fuck up a lot. I think there's also like something to say that like when you're in your 20s and you're fucking up, you really take those mistakes or things that you do more to heart, I feel like, because you're not so established as a person, and so they feel more like hitting the core versus maybe now that you're more established as a individual and like your value systems and everything, you maybe don't take those mistakes necessarily to your like deeper self. You're like, okay, it was just an oopsie. Like it's not actually me, you know. But like when you're 20 and figuring yourself out, like
it feels like everything is defining you.
Like exactly. It's not like defining you anymore.
You are this person,
right?
Like a character flaw.
Yes, exactly,
for sure.
Yeah. The 20s.
It is pretty crazy though when you think about it.
Yeah.
Because I even think about like when I was 26, 27 and what I was thinking about during that age, and I think a lot of it was trying to figure out what I wanted to do and kind of just like feeling lost a little bit still, but also like knowing I wanted to go back to school and like having that sense of direction almost come together, but still just in it. And like, is this decision gonna affect the rest of my life, or is this what I want to do for the rest of my life, you know?
I feel like your 20s were really fun. If I had to look in,
I love
like
them.
you literally traveled, lived abroad, got your master's, like
it was
did
a good
so
time.
much stuff.
Yeah, you had a really great decade.
But in the moments you still felt like lost and confused.
Oh, for sure.
And like,
That's the
wait,
fun
I'm not
part.
going where I'm supposed to or whatever. So validating.
But that kind of created all the fun things as well.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
And like just the freedom too. Like, yes, there were all these question marks, but at the same time, I think when I was traveling and like living far away from home, it kind of allowed me to just
Like explore.
explore, be curious, kind of see where life took me.
Not this being like not a PSA, but like motivational to move away.
No, actually.
It's like, okay, go. Spain should be paying you or something. Damn. Okay, well that's like really validating, I feel like, to hear that you were also confused or whatever, but like in the moments were you like, I know this is just like a phase, or were you like, oh, I don't know that I'm gonna get there, like I don't know that this destination is coming, or were you like very confident, like I'm gonna get there, I just don't know what the fuck there is?
The second one.
Okay.
For sure.
Yeah. I feel like
I feel like that's a Leo thing.
Because it's really...
That is kind of a Leo thing.
Wait, why?
Because I just feel like you guys have more of like an optimistic perspective almost, and like
I think we have the confidence that like we're just gonna figure it
piece.
out.
Yeah.
Like it'll all work out
It'll all work
eventually
out.
how it's supposed to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you
Yeah.
not relate to that sentiment?
I think I work harder for that sentiment. I do innately have that.
Yeah.
But I do have a lot more
Like
barriers
negative
to entry.
self-talk.
Yeah, like I feel like I definitely need to, it's more of a practice for me versus like it just
A belief.
belief.
Right.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
Like you kind of have to do and see as you do.
Kind of, but I also like, well, that's what I'm practicing is that like I don't need to know or like I don't need to see something happening for me to know that it will work out.
You're practicing just the belief
being,
kind of.
Yeah, the belief of like, yeah, that's exactly, like I'm just practicing the belief system.
Yeah.
Of, it'll all
Just
work
telling
out
yourself
eventually.
it's fine, it's
Yeah.
fine, it's fine. I feel like I've also like taken that on in the late 20s, like actually practicing the like
Yeah.
I talked about like abundance and how I'm actually trying to like live in that
Live it.
now.
Yeah.
And just like the belief of like it's not the end of the world.
Right.
Like no matter what, you still have whatever it is in your whatever specific scenarios. But like for me, support system, friends, family,
Yeah.
like I have someone to lean on no matter what also. And that's comforting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like having some element of gratitude.
Yeah, yeah.
It is pretty grounding, I think, too, when you feel like so lost in everything around you.
Yeah. It's 20s trenches. But
Yeah.
I'm glad that when you get to 30, something shifts. Whatever it is. That's crazy.
I think like looking back on it too, like around, like I said, around 26, 27, or before I was deciding to go to grad school, I think I look back on that time. This was like during COVID and the world was a mess. And I was trying to figure out if I wanted to move back here or stay abroad and go to school abroad. And I think at the end of the day, I look back and I think the only thing that really helped me make my decision was my gut. And knowing at the end of the day, like, you have to listen to your gut. And if your gut's telling you,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
Don't do
guiding
this
you
or
in a
do it, yeah.
direction, regardless, if you make a choice, it will change how things happen.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean to say, like, that one choice is going to dictate everything.
Yeah.
I just think it's a choice.
That's a very
You know?
interesting way to live.
Yeah. I feel like
Wait, why?
we're stuck in the like not the opposite of that. Like every choice
Yeah.
is a defining choice.
I think yeah. But I also don't want to put so much pressure on that because it is a defining choice.
Yeah.
But I also feel like so is the next one and the next one. And like it's as simple as like what cup I picked today for my coffee. Like that I think like it leads to the next decision that could be bigger and like
do I go to
more
a coffee
defining.
shop today? Who do
Yeah.
I meet at this coffee shop?
I mean,
Whatever.
it doesn't have to be like
It does.
exactly
For
like,
sure.
Yeah. I think they are all defining choices. I just think like I'm very comfortable with being like, well, I guess that's fate. Like that's what was supposed to happen is how I feel. Like
Yeah.
whatever decision I made is the decision. Like there's no
And there's still loss.
yeah.
Regardless of the decision you make, you're still losing out
something.
on something
That makes me
else.
so uncomfortable.
Same.
Yeah.
And I had a really hard time making decisions, especially the decision to move back. Like for me, that was every day I was going in circles,
Yeah.
you know? Like, what do
That's
I do?
hard.
What made you finally decide?
I think at the end of the day, I knew I wanted to pursue becoming a therapist. And I had gotten into another school in Paris at the time, but to pursue public health.
Oh.
And at the time, that was also super interesting to me. I was also dating someone in France, so that was a factor.
Yeah.
But I think at the end of the day, I thought, like, what do I want to be doing? Like, where's my career headed?
Right.
You know, for myself.
Yeah.
You talked about your gut. Do you feel like in that age range of 26, 27, 28, like do you feel like your gut, you started to feel more in tune with it? Or was it something that you feel like even in your early 20s you were very good at listening to and like understanding what it was telling you? Or do you feel like in that age range is when you were like, oh no, that makes more sense? Like it was more of a quick thought or
Like
of
you're
a
accustomed to what the gut feeling is. Because we talked about gut
Yeah.
feeling versus anxiety and like what's what.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you can just like
Define it.
Yeah, that's
you were
that
able to
feeling.
define it then.
I feel like early 20s versus 27.
27.
I think I knew it was what it was telling me. I just wasn't listening. You know?
Yeah. Fair.
Yeah.
You didn't want
Or
to
I
listen.
didn't want to listen.
You didn't want to listen.
No.
Yeah, that's
You're like,
that's true.
And I
This is
think that
fun,
that can
stop.
still happen even now.
Yeah.
Like, I
Yeah.
know what
But
my
you
gut's
know,
telling
yeah.
me, and I'm like,
I think that's the difference, though. I feel like we like went through a period of like trying to ignore it so much, and then
Yeah.
it was like, okay, no, I have to actually listen.
Yeah.
And now it's hard to ignore it. It really is.
It is.
I feel like it's
It feels
you
like
know you're making a
You
bad,
can feel it.
Yeah, you can
I
feel
mean,
it.
you're going against not even like your own like beliefs, but it feels like you're going against your like fate and like
Yes.
your
Your
purpose in life.
values
Yeah,
a
you're
little
like, for me, it'll be like literally if I go back to a situationship or something, like for the plot, right? We're always like, oh my
Right.
god,
For the
would you go back for the
plot.
plot or whatever? And it's like the idea is fun, but I know for myself that's gonna set me back, not push me forward. Like, why would I go
Right.
back to someone I know isn't for me? Like, what's the point of that? So like my gut is no, but my head and my heart are like, that'd be fun for like a little bit, but I won't.
but
you
that's
know?
like the emotional pull, right?
Yeah.
Like, do we listen to the emotions and the feelings? Because sometimes they
not
are
right.
going against each other.
no,
don't you
yeah,
think?
yeah.
Yeah,
I absolutely think that.
Or like we want that kind of feeling of relief in the moment, that like pure bliss feeling.
Yeah, let's pretend that
Like,
this is
it's
long
addicting.
term.
It is addicting. It's a really hard cycle to get out of, to not like listen to your gut. God, yeah.
So what else is new in 30? Have you seen
13 going on 30? I have.
Okay.
Not in a minute.
Okay, that's my
Oh my
other.
God.
Maybe we'll
Add
do
it to the list.
Yeah, add
we'll
it to
do
the movie
a,
list.
a movie night inside for that one. It'll be like
Yes.
slumber party themed.
Yeah, that's cute.
Yeah.
I like that. But anyway, 13 going on 30. That's honestly so real these
It's
days.
so real. That's actually a really interesting concept. Like taking child you and then like you now
Transforming. Like that's a big jump of
time.
to learn.
Oh, from 13?
to 30.
Oh,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
I feel like, do you ever think about like 13-year-old you and you're like,
Ugh.
and speaking to you now,
Yikes. Uh-huh.
like, do you feel like you did the things that she wanted to do? Became the person, you know, that
That's a
she
tough
wanted
question, I think.
to be?
Like, would 13-year-old me be proud of
Proud
where
of
I'm
you,
at?
yeah.
I think so. I hope so.
Yeah.
God, I hope.
I feel like at the end of the day, that's all we really want to
Yeah.
accomplish. Just like
Yeah.
not proving ourselves.
That is
to
kind of
ourselves, but-
crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure she'd be like, you also fucked up a lot along the way, but I have empathy for you.
She would like kind of be like, "That's fun though that you fucked up."
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
Like, oh my god, you were such an adult. Like, you did such adult fuck up
No.
things.
Do you guys like think about how when you were like a kid like that and you like looked at older like cousins or whatever
Yeah.
and who were in their 20s, late 20s, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh my god, they're so old and mature, and I'm like, I'm in that body, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't feel
I don't
the way
feel-
that kid looked at that
Yeah.
person.
But then we are.
But we are.
We just
But
don't.
we
thi-
are,
We just
yeah.
don't view
It's
it
just
that
a
way.
weird
Because it is a
concept.
jump from
Yeah.
when we were
It is.
13 to 26 or whatever. It is
Right.
like, yeah, compared to that, they did have it all together.
They
Yeah.
did. Yeah.
Give or take.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
that's
think about that a
sweet.
lot.
I think she'd be proud.
Yeah.
I hope so. But also, like, I don't want to lose parts of my innocence still.
No, I
You
think
know?
that should stay in put.
Well, she's still there.
yeah.
She's there.
She's there. She's
She's in there.
thriving in
she's
you.
living and living for this moment. She said we're on a podcast. Period. The Leo screaming.
Leo screaming.
Oh no.
Oh, I had a question. I don't know. Are you into astrology? So.
Indulge me.
So there's like the concept of like your Saturn return, and basically like when you're turning 20, like you're turning 29, something really shifts like very hard, where any decisions that you were on the fence about or like anything that wasn't working in your life completely like flips, and it's almost like life just makes sure that like if you were off course, that year, like the universe, the stars, like the way that they align, they make sure that you're like back on track. Did you ever feel any like kind of shift like that?
That's when she turned 29 or
It's
during
like
the
it's like when you're 29, like in a half.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like a weird.
So the end
timing.
of the year, basically.
Yeah,
Before
29
before
and a
turning
half.
30.
So what is that, like February?
Yeah.
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 I mean, I did take a new job.
Okay.
Did you feel like some things like clicked?
And
into
that
place?
to me was kind of like a gut
Yeah.
feeling, maybe.
Yeah.
Like I was not going to take it. And now I love it.
Yeah.
I remember when that job came up.
Remember?
Yeah.
It was just like, oh, I'm going to go to the interview because my sister said I should go.
Yeah.
And then they offered me the job on the spot. And
Yeah.
I was like, right
So,
now?
whoa.
Right now.
Are you sure?
That's so true.
And then I asked to like walk outside and think about it for 5 minutes. And I figured in that moment I could just say yes. And if I don't like it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
then I make
Yeah.
a change. And that's kind of been a theme, I think, in my life
Yeah.
of
Like
going
knowing
for things.
you can still change your mind, I guess.
Yeah, I think like part of it is regret. Like, am I gonna regret not taking this leap?
You want to
or
know
this
at least that you
decision?
didn't like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, at least try it.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
not when it comes to food. I'm less. I know. I'm trying.
You're kind
Trying
of
to try more
limited on the
things.
food, but that's okay.
All right.
What about like love life or because you said careers, like love or like where you're living, like did that all shift during that time too, or was it just the career?
Did any other like
mostly?
things click into place?
Well,
Or out
around
of
that
place.
same time I moved. It was kind of like all at once. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
That's crazy.
29 and a half.
Yeah.
Are
Okay.
we sure?
She-
I don't know.
People say that like things that weren't meant for you and things that are meant for you start to click into place, and it really like sets forward the next 10 years or the next whatever. Like
Okay. And they kind of stay that way, like the things not meant for you, or do
I think
they
it just takes you on the path
come
it's
back
supposed
around?
to.
no, I think. What are you trying to say here?
What are you
What are we
trying to
talking
imply?
I'm not sure,
Uh-huh.
but I think at least for the moment, it's like it puts
This is
you
what
in
you
the,
need right now.
Yeah, this is what you need right now. This is what's gonna happen, and it just like shifts you, to
Aligns you back.
aligns you back to where you're supposed to be.
Okay.
I feel like that happened to you. Like thinking about
Really?
you on a personal level. Yeah, I definitely feel like it happened to you.
Why?
Like for the job, for example, you moving. I think like when we first met in person, because I think I talked to you once on the phone when you lived in Paris.
What
Yeah.
is this, 2020 or
France.
something?
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's so
like
crazy to
2020.
think we didn't know Linny. Or I mean,
Yeah.
Did
You
we
knew-
know each other?
No.
That's crazy. Isn't it?
It is crazy that we
I
didn't
don't know
know each
when
other
I
at one
met you.
point. That's really insane.
wild.
But I remember
Yeah.
like when you came, like when we met in person, you had just moved back and things like that. And it's just interesting to see like how those things like just like like they solidified almost like in knowing you like the last 3-ish years. Like I think things like really did almost like pop into place in a weird way.
Yeah. I mean, that tracks, I think.
It does track.
I feel like that's 27 to 30. Like that's the
Yeah.
I think like 27 to
Trajectory.
like the 29 and a half or whatever is like
Yeah.
you like trickling there, and then like something just like forcefully like pushes you into place. Yeah. Wow.
I mean, I was sleeping on my mom's couch for 2 years doing grad school
Yeah.
on the random desk in the apartment.
Yeah.
Like, just trying to do everything to... And then I think finally I was like, all right, I need my own place. Now I'm like, I can never have roommates again.
and now I love it.
I love it.
I have to live alone. Yeah.
Okay, so that's 32.
Responsibility.
The new responsibilities of like living on your own and
Yeah, like having to kill my own spiders.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
No, but also just like bills and having to think about all these other things that I mean,
Yeah.
that just come with adulthood.
Yeah.
My mail. I mean, that's a whole other issue.
Your mail, why is that an issue?
Because
Curious.
I put it in like a bag. Like I
What?
have a bag.
You don't look at
of
your
my
mail?
I do, but like
Linny.
I know.
What's
So
going
that's-
on with the mail situation?
so like yes, I'm 30, but I'm still learning organization. And,
Right.
You know,
They're still
life
growing.
certain
things.
things.
Yeah, that's fair. I was gonna ask something about 30 and I forgot. Oh, I mean, another aspect of your life is dating in your 30s. Do you feel like it's different? I mean, obviously you're barely, you know, hitting that finish line of 30, but like, does it feel like there's a shift at all, or like?
In what way?
Like, is
your
it
approach
harder?
or
Yeah, or
anything?
your approach?
Like what I'm looking for?
Yeah, are you more serious? Are you less serious? Are you?
Your approach of it.
I think at the moment I'm not too serious about like
Finding the one.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I think at the end of the day, I do know the kind of qualities I'm looking for in someone and like the types of personalities I'm attracted to.
Yeah.
But I still feel like I don't take it too seriously.
Do you just have
At
like
the
the
moment.
the confidence that like they're out there, like it doesn't really matter? Is
Yeah,
that,
I
you're
think
just-
I think at the end of the day, I think it goes back to what we were talking about. Like things will
figure it
work
out.
out how they're
Yeah.
supposed to. You know, I
Yeah.
think if you put too much pressure on it or like try to find the one, then
Yeah.
you get lost a little bit.
Yeah.
Or maybe you settle too quick. Which like
Don't be doing that.
nope.
Just no. Do you feel like, I don't know, do you use apps or anything? Like, what, you have to have an approach to dating in some form. Like, you're not just, I don't know.
I do.
Are you
No,
meeting
no, no.
people at cafes?
Definitely
I need to know.
not.
Right. Like, what is everyone says?
Yeah, I've tried apps. The apps have worked in the past for me. Like I met the 2 last people I dated on dating apps.
Yeah.
And do I love them? No, not at all. I mean,
The
it's
apps
like
or the people?
both. No, I think it can just get like a little mundane, and you know,
Yeah.
you go in phases with it.
The phases.
I think it's more though the willingness to go out and meet someone. You know,
Like, for the first time or as a
for the
first
first
date?
time.
Yeah.
I feel like you're very good at that, though. I feel like you're very good at setting up like an initial meet. Like, like you're not someone who just continuously like
Talks to
just
someone.
talks some. Yeah, like you're like, let's just
Yeah.
meet up because I need to know whether or not this is something.
Right.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Because I'm a big like personality person. you
Yeah.
know, or like vibes or energy.
I think like early 20s, I was very like anti like meeting people. I was like, we'll just talk. Like we'll text to figure out if we like each other. You know
I
what
remember
mean?
that.
And then now I'm like, no. I'm not wasting my fucking time.
Right.
And
Now you get
texting.
it. Now you get
Now
it.
I get it. Now I get why the 30-year-old men in my Hinge when I was 23
They're like, let's just
were
go on a
like,
date.
let's meet. I was like, no.
you're
You're,
like
a
the-
30-year-old man. You're scary. Like,
You weren't wrong.
and I was not wrong. I mean,
Yeah.
that is scary. 23-year-old and a 30-year man? That's crazy. But
But I think
Anyway.
that's the stage probably too,
Yeah.
right? Like I don't know. I remember I used to love texting all the time, and now I hate
it
talking
too
to
now.
anybody. I mean, I like talking to people when I'm tired, you
yeah,
know.
yeah.
And like texting.
It's like I wanna put my
someone.
phone down.
Yeah.
I only reserve our texts
Or like I'll FaceTime
for
you.
Taylor Swift videos and articles about Taylor Swift.
And TikTok.
And
You're
TikTok.
obsessed with Taylor Swift like that? I don't know.
She
We-
messed
you
me
guys are-
up.
She messed
Okay.
me up. You've indoctrinated.
I've indoctrinated the
Shit.
Gaylor.
You're-
You guys are
Be
low-key in a
careful.
cult.
I mean,
You got her when she was vulnerable.
it's a cult. Hey, it kind of is a cult. Not gonna lie.
The Gaylor cult.
Gaylor.
I don't know her, that business. So.
The Gaylor
Don't
lore?
indoctrinate
How have you
me.
not like?
We've talked about it.
I've
I just
done it.
haven't
She-
been indoctrinated.
She's not vulnerable enough, you know?
Yeah, she's gotta get me when I'm down.
She's gonna get you. Like,
I did tell her.
It was like a Saturday night, like 10
We
p.m.
were chilling, and I was like, look at this. Look at this.
Look at crazy,
Then we
crazy.
watched the whole Eras tour.
Ooh, I do want
good.
to watch the documentary. Okay, whatever. This is not Taylor
Okay.
Swift episodes.
She always cheats into every episode somehow.
She does.
She's relatable.
Anyways, but yeah, I think dating in general right now, the scene is not hot.
No.
The scene is struggle bus, and I don't know, I feel like for me anyway, when I turn 30, I'm anticipating it like being more serious and like, because it's like society expects, and like
That's
I don't know
what I
if you
hate.
want children or what, but
Yeah.
like that's also like another pressure, like fucking 34 is a gestational or whatever pregnancy.
That's so insane.
I know.
Also,
Gestational, geriatric,
geriatric means
geriatric,
something else.
old. That just means
Yeah.
old. I don't know. Whatever
True.
it is, it's just, you're too fucking old at 34 apparently to be
Yeah.
having babies, which isn't true.
I
but-
think that's something I struggle with, like the pressure of society and talking about it, and like this kind of feeling like I need to be in a certain place.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
At a certain
That's
age.
just there.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But then I think about the people who had babies right out of high school, and I'm like, you know what? Everyone has their own timing.
Yeah. And now they're hot moms with like
And that's the
10-year-olds
thing, is,
right
like,
now.
If I want to be a mom, I want to be a hot one.
Correct.
But I'm also like,
Duh.
I don't think I would
Duh.
ever not be hot, you know?
Right. That's the
So
belief.
that's the tea.
That's the core belief right
That's
there.
the core belief. I will be a hot 40, 50-year-old. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. I think there is just genuinely like no perfect timeline or like perfect way to do life. And that's nice.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Because, like, you know, I do look at like 17-year-old moms who did figure it out. And now they have 10-year-olds. I'm like, that's so fun. Like, my niece is 10 and I'm like, I love this.
Yeah.
I love spending time with you and my nephew. It's so fun.
Yeah.
But I'm also like, could I have raised a kid for the past 10 years? No.
Oh my God.
So
Hell no.
But it
We
happens.
could have, but
We
like,
could have.
would we have
No.
wanted to?
right.
If there's a
Would
choice,
it have been
no.
a smart decision?
God. But then also like having a kid at 35 is another crazy thought. Like, oh my God.
You're
Why?
going to spend
I don't know.
the
Just
rest
like,
of your
crazy.
30s and
True.
With
your entire
toddlers.
40s.
but then you spent all your 20s if you did it, you know? You lost like 21, 22, 23. Like
Yeah.
those years of like being reckless because you had no responsibilities.
Right.
But you did because you had a baby. Oh my
But
God.
it's fun
crazy.
having less responsibilities.
Yeah.
It's like, why do we want kids? Nah, fuck it.
I don't know.
Do you guys for sure want kids?
I do.
Yeah.
I used to teeter a lot. Well, at first my answer was no.
When
When I was dating
this?
men.
Oh,
Oh, perfect.
I just didn't like the thought of like
them being your
them
partner.
being
to
my partner to a child
Yeah.
and their DNA and their fucked up like generational trauma.
Woo.
right.
Not in my body, king.
Oh, fair.
And then like I met Logan and she from the get-go was like, I want a baby tomorrow, and I'm like, that's crazy, girl.
You're like, not tomorrow.
Not tomorrow.
Couple years.
she skipped the U-Haul.
Yeah,
the
she
U-Haul.
said, "Let's have babies."
shit.
Like, are we ready?
Yeah.
Baby daddy.
but like I think for me it was very much like the partner aspect. Like I don't want, like, I already think the world's fucked up enough. Like I don't think raising a kid with someone who wouldn't be a good parent is a good thing.
Yeah.
So my mind has changed. But yeah, I think, and then when together we teetered back and forth between not having kids and having kids.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Were
for a
you
while.
more on the side of not?
Honestly, it was day to day. Like, this is weird and fucked up, but like
I'm scared.
the big
Today I want a kid. Tomorrow I don't.
kind of. No, because like I think the biggest piece. This is fucked up. Someone's gonna say I'm fucked up for this,
Oh,
but
Lord.
like
Let's
the
hear it.
biggest piece of like wanting to have children for me is really the human experience. I feel like it's part of it, and even like having a physical child. This is how I feel. Like I only want to do it once because I'm scared, but like I also want to like experience that because my body was meant to do that.
like
And maybe
pregnancy,
and maybe it's not. Maybe I'm not viable for children. But if
That
in the case that
sentence was
scary.
Dark.
Oh, but it's real. It might
Yeah,
happen, and
true.
I'm just if I am,
and so what?
Able-
as Linny
and
would
so
say.
what?
Hey.
but if I am able to,
Yeah.
like, it's an experience that I personally would not want to miss out on because it's I like incarnated as a woman in this time, and like
And if it's meant to be, it is.
I would like to experience the experience of having a child, like literally
Yeah.
for the experience, for the vibe,
Not
like,
for the
I think
aesthetic.
it does hurt though.
Of course, and that's terrifying. But again,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
it's kind of
You said,
Yeah.
but
I'm a
I
little
did that or whatever.
yeah, and I conquered it.
Yeah,
Back to
true.
the fears and
Back
anxieties.
to the fears.
But
And then you have a kid
Yeah.
yeah, and then you have a kid, and that's the part that I'm like, what, you
Yeah.
have a fucking human,
Right.
another one.
Yeah.
to take care of.
But yeah, now we're on the very much yes fence of things. So
Yeah.
No going back.
no going back. I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah,
Do
I
you
think-
want kids, Linny, though?
I think
Yeah.
I do.
You.
I don't know if I specifically want to have
carry.
a kid. Yeah. But I think I do. Yeah.
Well, you said my nephew's like a little redhead, and you feel like your son would look like.
Freaking cute.
so cute,
Freaking cute.
so cute.
I
So
love
cute.
kids though. I always have.
Yeah. That's the thing is like, either you do want it or you don't, and like manifest itself into its own fear of like
Yeah.
how you move forward in life, and I just
It's a big decision.
Yeah, like 30s, it's not going to go away. It's probably going to amplify like the decision of it.
Yeah.
It does, and kind of because of a biological. If you want to carry, the clock is ticking in a sense.
All of our clocks are ticking right now.
Right now,
as
tick,
we
tick,
My
tick,
clock
you hear
is
it?
ticking faster.
Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's also like as women, it feels like the whole, like your whole life, it's like you should be a mom, whatever. But then like you find out that you can't, like not viable or whatever, and then it's like, well, what now? You know what I mean? And it's like, why don't we find this stuff out? I don't know what's worse, finding out when you want it,
Right.
or when you're young and it's like, I already know that isn't gonna happen for me.
Ugh,
You know,
that's a good question.
Like, why don't we
know.
get fertility testing as not children, but like young adults, or
like once you get your period,
18,
pretty much, to be
or
honest.
even like 18. Like,
Right.
I mean, yeah, when you get your period, because then it's possible. Like,
To be honest, if I couldn't, and I don't really know what that would do biologically to me, but like if I was a kid, I got my period, and they're like, yeah, you know, honestly, you're probably never gonna have kids. There's also miracles that happen, and like we have tools like IVF and things like that. But if it genuinely was like you can't, I would probably just want to take my uterus out.
I would probably be really.
Would you
Because
guys
I'm,
ever
like-
adopt?
I want to adopt.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to have 2 kids. This is my
What's your plan?
my wish list.
Okay, no kid, 1 kid now.
Santa.
4 kids.
Checking
2
it twice.
kids, like 1 me, 1 Logan, and then adopting a kid.
Okay. Just
I
one?
want to adopt a
In
teenager,
that order.
though.
Okay.
In that order, right? Is it?
Yeah, in that order.
Wait, who was first?
Logan.
Logan was first. Got it.
Test it out.
Test the waters.
Test the waters.
See how it goes.
Who knows?
I've never
Maybe
seen a
she'll
birth
want
in
to.
person, so I'm like,
You've
that
never seen
sounds
what?
a birth in person.
Oh, me
Sounds
neither.
scary.
Me neither.
I've been to like, you know, when people are giving birth, but
Yeah, but you're not in the room.
no
Yeah,
labor and
that's-
delivery type.
That's scary. But
Yeah.
I do want to adopt a kid.
Okay.
A teenager.
Teenager. How old? Like what range of teen? Like young teen?
Like 13 to
Like 13 to like
Okay.
16.
Okay.
I think maybe if you're 17,
I'll take you.
I'll take you, but like
Yeah,
I feel
you're
like
phasing
you're,
out
You're about to
technically.
be
But-
a grown.
but then
person. But maybe that's what they need.
Yeah.
That's
The 17-year-olds are like, hello,
Yeah.
I'm about to be an adult and not have foster care.
Right.
And I think that's also a big piece is like a lot of people don't want to adopt like older kids because they're kind of like phasing out of like being children or whatever.
Right.
But I feel like that's when you kind of need a parent the most is when you're heading into adulthood. And like, I don't know, I would personally love to like be there for somebody in that way and raise them in their
Yeah.
newfound adulthood.
I feel like it's also a struggle because people don't want to adopt older kids because they already have like a sense of who they are and their belief system from
So
people
they can't
who-
really
other
like
people.
mold
yeah,
them
they
how
can't
want.
mold them. They're
Yeah.
molded, and now you just have to like work with what is molded there.
To unmold
yeah,
them.
Yeah.
it is hard, but I feel like they don't always get the love they deserve. So
Yeah.
Do you guys have fears about being 30 or like this era?
I don't think I have fears. I think I'm excited to see where I'm at 30.
Okay.
Like, I'm hoping I'm more established in a lot of ways, but yeah, I don't have fear. I think it's going to be weird, though. It's going to be like, what the heck? 30? Like, that's
Yeah.
weird. Even just being over 25, I'm like,
Yeah.
what? What's
Right.
going on?
Yeah. I don't have fears. I think I'm more so I am excited. I've always like looked forward to like 30s actually. Like I've always wanted to like
30,
when I was a
30 and
kid
thriving was
that
the
too,
moment,
but
yeah.
also when I was a kid I was just like 29 feels like such an exciting year, like you're turning a new leaf almost. So I'm like I'm very excited to get to my 30s, feel more established with myself in all facets of my life.
Yeah.
But I'm also trying to like I don't want to jump ahead. Like I
Yeah.
still want to enjoy the last pieces of my 20s because I feel like sometimes being in the end
Of something.
of 20s like
Yeah.
you're almost like okay, well I'm almost 30 already. Like let's just get to it kind of thing.
like
but I've-
rounding up.
Right, like rounding up. But I also feel like there's so much
27?
yeah. But you also like I said earlier, like these next 3 years are probably going to be very solidifying and
Yeah.
very like important to go through
And informative.
and
I
informative.
think.
Yeah, so it's like
Yeah.
I wanted to also stay present with that, but I am excited for 30. I think I'm excited for like the non-angstiness like that I felt through my 20s. It's gonna be very fun, I think, to know who I am in a very like solid way, and still obviously have growth and make mistakes and things like that, but I think I'm excited to feel like truly me, you know,
like confident
and also I think there's like societally, I think people also already see you in that way of like, oh, she knows who she is because she's 30. And I kind of like that piece. I'm like, period, look at me that way because
I'm 30.
30. Yeah.
I was thinking like the rounding up conversation.
Yeah.
It's just like 27 to 30 feels like it's like 3 months.
Yeah.
But then like 13 to 16, you're like, yeah, that's 3 years.
That's 3 years.
Oh my
but
God,
it's the
so
same
true.
amount of time. Like you are growing as much as you were from 13 to 16. Probably.
But 13
Well, that's kinda
to
crazy.
16. It's
Yeah,
like
13 to 16 is
person.
like
different person.
completely.
Right?
But maybe 27 to 30 is also
Yeah.
in a way.
Or 29 and a half.
Yeah.
Or 29 and a half to 30.
Yeah.
When your life flips.
Right.
Yeah, the flip of it all. Not a lip. Made me think of lip flip. Get me a little lip flip in my 30s.
Oh yeah, Botox.
Oh my God,
comes into
yeah,
the conversation.
aging. How do you feel about aging in general? Are you like
I don't want to
excited?
age.
You're
I
not.
know I need to wear more sunscreen.
You've been
I
going to the
do.
beach. You don't wear sunscreen on your face?
I do, but
Okay,
not
then.
like the day-to-day sunscreen.
Oh.
Okay.
Me
You guys.
oh.
All right, podcast is over.
Retinol?
Okay, your skin looks great for you not
No,
wearing
yeah,
fucking
you're-
sunscreen every
I
day.
use Cetaphil.
Okay, but that's moisturizer.
No, the
Face wash?
Face wash.
Okay.
Okay.
And then a moisturizer.
Okay.
And
But
then
no sunscreen.
You
You
just
need a
sunscreen
sunscreen
on
on top.
Done.
I know.
Done deal.
Please.
You're
Are you
a
scared for
redhead,
me?
girl.
Yeah.
I know.
I know.
I have some freckles.
Not because of the freckles, but
I
because
know.
you're just
I'm gonna
more
get wrinkles.
susceptible.
I know. I know.
It's okay. We're all gonna
If
get
you guys have a
wrinkles.
recommendation,
Oh, we have
We'll
plenty.
send you
Okay.
some.
Yeah.
We'll send you some
Alright.
skincare recs. I'm about to buy sunscreen. Beauty of Justion. Do you know what it is?
Nope.
It's a skincare Korean skincare one.
you're gonna buy that one?
I
I'm
have
gonna buy
one
that
of
one. I
those.
think.
I
You
think.
have one.
I think so.
So why were we not
lost
using it?
I was for a little
Lost
bit.
it.
It's just
Send
there's
it
so
to
many
Linny.
like
Okay, we'll send the link.
moisturizer, sunscreen. It's a lot to remember.
Okay,
It's one more step.
it's 3
one
steps.
more
It's
step.
not too
This is how I
crazy.
feel
Don't
about my
worry.
mail. So, one more step.
Okay, so 30s is gonna be maybe solidifying your skincare routine.
Yeah. getting the anti-aging going.
Oh my god. Do you feel like you're established like in fashion? Do you feel like you're like, yes, I know what I like?
Like what I like to wear, what I like to express.
I
Yeah.
think so, but I think my fashion could always use a little bit of help.
Okay. You're like, I'm always down for more.
I like being comfortable, so like I always
Yes.
go for comfort and try to be cute with it.
Yeah.
Period.
You know.
That's honestly the ideal in my opinion.
What about you guys?
Do I feel established?
Yeah.
No.
No.
I feel like it's a constant like you're constantly learning about
Yeah,
what you like, or
changing.
trying new things.
Also, your body's
Yeah.
changing.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's the biggest piece for me is like
Mm-hmm.
that my body. I've like really come to terms with how much it's changed.
Mm-hmm.
Like, not to be in my like. I don't want to be thinking about my high school body anymore. Like,
Yeah.
that's not gonna happen. It's not healthy to be in that way.
Yeah.
So like getting comfortable with that and then dressing to my current body versus like this like weird image of a skinny literal like very tiny person
Yeah.
in high school. I think that because your body's changing, it's hard to know what you really like all the time.
Yeah.
I don't know, because it even changes like year to year if you
That's true.
change your habits, your lifestyle.
All of a sudden
like,
I have boobs. When did that happen?
when did that happen?
When did that happen, you guys?
If you guys can tell us in the comments, when did you notice
I grew a cup size maybe.
Literally, though, I told you that the other day.
Am I getting fat? Am I just getting fat?
No.
No, you look.
You
Me looking? No. No, you
up
look
and down.
I feel like I look the same.
Physically, you look the same. It's just like
Ish.
all of a sudden, like overnight, you grew boobs. Can
I don't
that
know.
happen
maybe
to
I was
me?
maybe I was just hiding them. 30 titties.
30.
Titties.
Tits. No, your body really is always changing. It's crazy. But yeah, no, I don't feel established. But also, established because I don't have the money to dress the way I want to dress, I think.
Yeah.
You know, like if
That's
I had
also
the budget.
the budget.
For me, I'm more like, is this too out of my comfort zone? Even though, like, I think it could look cool.
Yeah. Experiment. Continue experimenting.
True.
What is your fear in that? Like, if it's out of your comfort zone, like
People judge you?
people judging you,
Maybe.
or is it like you being uncomfortable, like physically uncomfortable in the clothes, or
Yeah, or maybe it's like not knowing how I'll feel
Like once you're
in
out.
different clothes. Yeah. Even though usually I like it, you know?
Yeah.
I like trying new things.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
yeah.
Depends how new.
Don't start asking me to try new things. This isn't an invitation.
I know, here we go.
Yeah.
Oh man. Okay, well what is like some goals you have for 30? Like your 30s, what are you ideally wanting to accomplish?
I think like just general goals for like relationships. I think like being able to say no to people a little bit more easily if I don't want to do something, or just like have better boundaries and being able to balance my time a little bit better.
Yeah.
I think sometimes I mean, I'm working like 3 jobs. So I think sometimes I say yes to everything, and also like social activities are always really important. But
Yeah.
I forget that I also just need downtime, and
Yeah.
like I need to listen to my body too.
Yeah.
That's a really
So
big
I think
one.
that.
Fair. Very
But also
fair.
I love being with people.
I know.
So I'm like,
I think it depends on the people you're with. Like
true.
some people
Or what you're
really-
doing.
or what you're
Yes.
doing. Like some people drain energy, and that's like it's not a bad thing. But some
Questionable.
you have a social battery, and like
Yes.
sometimes
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
you know it depletes it because you're having to be on for people,
Yeah.
and then there's certain people that you can like sit and do the stuff that you would do alone time with, but like that charges you up, and like I don't know, I guess it depends
Yeah.
on the people that you're with.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like
I mean,
if you're
being
going
like,
to Six Flags,
"It's
I'm like,
me
no.
and Logan."
Yeah. Or like being with people that you can be in silence with.
Exactly.
I
I think
it's like not
so important.
Awkward
uncomfortable
or
or
yeah.
awkward.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's pretty rare. I think.
Very.
Yeah.
I love silence.
Me too.
Me too.
Me and Sam would
Me
just sit in the
too.
car for an hour sometimes.
It's so nice.
Nothing to share today.
Nothing to
Don't
share
speak.
today.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
I just like listening to music. Like one of my favorite things is just being in my apartment alone, listening to music, pacing, doing nothing.
Pacing?
I don't know.
Pacing
like, just-
sounds nervous.
maybe not pacing, but
Just
like
walking around.
Like dilly-dallying.
Like I'll think of one thing to do, and then I'll think of another thing.
Yeah, you're
But
like, I'm
it's
gonna light this
no
candle,
one. Yeah,
I'm
no
gonna-
one is telling me
Yeah.
what I have to
That
do.
is so fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dilly-dallying.
Yeah,
30.
love
30,
dilly dallying.
man.
Dilly-dallying.
All right.
All right, let's wrap this up, y'all. If you enjoyed this conversation, you know what to do. I'm not even going to say it again.
Don't even go through it again.
I didn't say it in the last episode, though, but you can follow us at We Care a Lot Pod on TikTok and Instagram. Do you want people to know
where to find
where
you.
to find you?
You
I have
private?
an Instagram,
Okay.
Linny Levesque.
We will put
Period.
it in the caption because I would not know how to spell that if I was a listener who did not know Linny.
Yeah, it'll be in the description.
Thank you so much for coming on. It was really
Thank
fun.
you for having me.
I feel like
fun.
it was
Very
yeah,
fun.
I
Yeah.
feel like it was a really good conversation, both
Yeah.
of our episodes. So if you guys didn't listen to the
Good
first
time.
one, listen.
Listen to that one.
Yeah, and maybe we'll convince Linny to start a podcast. And so what? And so what? We care a lot.
Oh.
The collab.
The collab.
I'm already thinking.
All right, guys. We'll catch you guys next week.
Thank you.